online, talk a little bit about true crime. How's everybody doing tonight on this Monday? Hope you guys are doing well. I know I am. Back to the work week. But as you can see, I'm back in the pool. I thought I'd talk about the true crime stuff that I put up today. I was putting up the Gary Boccato stuff. I was putting up BTK, Jesse, Calhoun, those people that obviously have hurt a lot of people. And when it comes to hurting people in true crime, um, it's not a good thing. It's really not. Hey, Aquarius, how you doing? I'm just chilling in the pool, chilling in the pool. Thought I'd get in here and chill and talk about true crime. Can you do me a favor and put in Discord that I'm live? Because I don't know how to exit out of this and then come back in. If you could do that for me, that'd be awesome. You're in the pool also? That's awesome. That's amazing. There's nothing like the pool to get your soul going, right? It's cloudy here, but thank you so much for that. It's cloudy and overcast, but I thought I'd get on here and talk about true crime. How many of y'all looked at the BTK stuff that I posted earlier? I thought that was pretty interesting. I've never really heard him admit to such brutality. And the fact that he did that, it just blows my mind. Um, if only Brian would have been able to do that, right? If only Brian would have been able to stand up and say, the judge would have asked him all those questions that he asked BTK, and he would have been able to say, yes, I did this, yes, I did that. It would have been nice if the judge would have been able to ask Brian that. This water, of course, is nice and blue, you know, nice and warm. Just got to the hotel, so I thought I'd jump in and go live. Hey, Wall Harris, how you doing, buddy? I'm just chilling in the pool, man. I'm just talking about the cases that I uploaded today. The one that really stuck out to me was the BTK one. That one really stuck out to me a lot. I don't know why it did. Probably because of how calculated and how nonchalant that he was just talking. He wasn't very demonstrative. He's like, yeah, I snuck in and I tied them up and I put a bag over their head and stuff like that. Hey, Rondi. Hey, JB, how you doing? You can see I'm just chilling in the pool. Just a Monday night in the pool. Hope you guys are doing well. I thought I'd get on here and, hey, Kel. I thought I'd get on here and say hello and spend some time with y'all and just chill. Hope I don't drop my phone in the water. I was going to go live on my GoPro, but man, I don't know. It's been giving me problems with the internet stuff, and I didn't want to sit there and fight with it. But how many of you, hey Mountain Mama, how many of you watched that BTK stuff that I showed earlier? Or how about even in going in the house that I showed earlier? You know what I mean? When I was doing that reboot, a lot of that stuff that I was talking about way early on, it tripped me out because it came to be true. You know what I mean? Some of it came to be true. And I'm not trying to say that I solved the case. Far from that. But some of the stuff that I talked about, it did come true in the live, and I was like, whoa, this is awesome, especially when I was discussing where I thought Dylan's bed would be along that far wall. And I thought, man, that's pretty awesome that I did get that right. Yeah, BTK was a scary dude, man. BTK was a scary dude. Um, the fact that he was made to sit there and admit what he admitted, that blew my mind. Hey, Sirius, how you doing? I guess this is the time to go on. This is the prime time to go on. Um, I hope you had a good vacation, Sirius. I know that you were probably sad to have to come back to work, but it all ends sometime for us. You know what I mean? I hated to come back to work myself. I hated that. But like I was saying about the BTK case, you know, did y'all trip out on that or not? Did y'all think that that was like almost BK ish? Did y'all think that there was some similarities in that case? I thought there was some similarities. The fact that he broke in and stole stuff, but he did bind people. He did bind them, and it was just something that was just wild to listen to. Um, yeah, I like going to work too, man. I like going to work. Keep the electric on, don't it? Keep the electric on. Get you stuff that you and your family need. You know what I mean? I know you like that puppy. You like those dogs, so it keeps them fed, right? I also like vacationing whenever I can, man. I used to do this all the freaking time. I used to just get a hair up my booty and say, you know what? I'm going out of town. And I would do that. I would do that. And that's something that is so freaking awesome about life. It's so damn short. Especially when you're watching all these serial killers, man. That Jesse Calhoun guy that I did that live today on. Not really a live, but it was an upload. I did a lot of uploads. What'd y'all think about him? Jesse Calhoun, the Oregon killer up by Rondi. He supposedly killed 4 women, and now he's being indicted for a 5th one. I mean, that's pretty wild, don't you think? That's pretty wild. As y'all can tell, it's overcast. It's not really sunny right now, but I'm loving the weather. It does keep the electricity all right, and it also keeps you nice and cool with it as when it gets hot. Don't have to worry about going to other places to cool down. You know what I mean? But Rondi had that guy in her neighborhood, um, Jesse Calhoun. He supposedly killed 4 women. They were not transients. I don't want to call them transients or even put a moniker on them because nobody deserves to die. You know what I mean? Especially when it's at the hands of a serial killer or a killer. So, it's just terrible. If you don't know about that case, go back and look at that upload. You're gonna blow your mind. Um, and they just found out that another one is tied to him. And like I said, I created a lot of uploads in the last couple of days, and I uploaded them today. So um, I uploaded them this morning before I left the house and put them on timers so that they would upload throughout the day, so that you guys would have something something to watch. So I hope that y'all did enjoy that. And also talked about the new evil. I'm going over that book by Dr. Bricado, and it's talking about school shootings now. I left off on school shootings. So we're gonna get back into school shootings tomorrow or the next day, depending on if I get back to my laptop in time to set them up. But hopefully this week I'll be able to continue to do that for you guys. I know that some of you like to hear audiobooks, and Dr. Bricado was nice enough to write the book to give us something to have as a visual and an auditory um, tool to learn from and to learn from his knowledge. JB, Texas, did y'all enjoy the Discord last night? It was pretty fun, wasn't it? And Texas showed me some stuff today that hopefully in the near future I'm going to be able to put out there too. It was talking about the use of force on death row. So there was a couple of stuff that I hope to be able to use to be able to put it out there so that you guys can have an understanding of what it's like when the use of force on death row is used. Texas showed me that, and it was quite interesting. But let me ask you guys a question, okay? I'm trying to run through this because I've only been on 11 minutes, almost 12. But let me ask you a question, and I like it. I like this live stuff because I'm not in a computer. I'm not in front of a computer. I'm not in a desk. I'm actually relaxing. But let me ask you, did y'all enjoy the BTK stuff? Do y'all know a lot about BTK? Or is it something that just is too much, too gory to even think about? Because he was one of the bad ones. He was one of the bad ones, for sure. And I like diving into those cases because it helps you understand more about those serial killers like that, so that when wannabes come into the world and want a copy, you understand exactly where they might have got their motivation from. There's a case that I heard Nancy Grace talking about today. And it blew my mind. It blew my mind. She was talking about a co-ed. Her name is Logan Frederico or something like that, and she's from North Carolina, I think, or South Carolina. And she was talking about how the individual went into her house and was, she lived like on Fraternity Row, and she lived in an off-campus home, and this individual broke into these homes. Same MO as Brian, okay? And when he got to her house, he was stealing in her house, and she woke up, and he pulled her from the bed naked, made her kneel down, and shot her in the back of the head, execution style. And she was not found till 7 hours later. They caught the guy. But get this. This guy another dude that shouldn't have been on the streets to be able to do this. Somehow or another, he fell through the cracks. So if y'all get a chance, go look up that case, because probably later on in the week, or even, I'm going to relax this next weekend because I was on call last week and I got called out and all that stuff. But probably next week, I'm going to deep dive into that case. And I'm going to present it to you guys. So I want y'all to know about it so that we can talk about it, okay? That way we don't have that misinformation stuff that you actually know about these cases. Rondi said it was a clerical error. Okay. So that clerical error cost this woman her life. She was going to college to be a teacher. She was working 2 jobs to get through school. And it's just terrible. Just terrible. But Nancy was going on because they were minimizing that crime. They said, they were making it light, kind of like she said, like the Idaho 4 case, they were saying everybody was in bed, that, everybody died in their beds. She said, no, I'm not going to go with that narrative on this one. She got pulled from her bed and she was nude and got shot, execution style, in the back of the head. If that doesn't piss you off, I mean, the father's interview was something else too, you know? So, yeah. When did falling through the cracks become okay in this country? Makes no sense. You're right, serious? Yeah, her father was furious. I don't blame him one bit. If y'all go and check out that case, you're going to be furious too, because it's almost a remnant of Idaho, except only one person died. But this individual broke into the homes, was stealing from these people, and ended up in Logan's bedroom, pulled her from the bed, and shot her execution style. Yeah, I'm going to look into that whenever I get to a point where I can do some more deep diving, or I might just do an upload. But I heard Nancy Grace talk about that, and I was like, whoa. That's going to be one of those that there needs to be a lot of noise in the true crime community on that case. Because we need to make some noise to make these people aware of all these criminals that are just getting through the cracks, able to be out on these streets to just harm people and kill them. Bro, she was like going through school to be a teacher. She was an individual that, just like the others, was kind to people. She was one of those women that wanted best for other people, and to be laying in bed one night as you sleep, however you sleep, because there's a lot of people don't sleep with clothes on. So I don't want to hear any crap about she was naked, so she must have been, waiting or whatever. That's bullshit. Don't even start with that. There's a lot of people that sleep naked. There's a lot of people that sleep, however they want. I'm tired of blaming the victim for just being in bed asleep and somebody breaks into your home and kills you. You're telling me it's the victim's fault for being in bed? You know what I'm saying? The lax nature that some people have taken in the workplace is crazy. I witness the sheer lack of empathy every time I go to work these days. It used to not be acceptable, but anything goes nowadays. Exactly. You're so right on point, serious. You're so right on point. I'm glad that you're back. Hope your vacation was awesome. I hope that you got a little bit of recharge. You guys, be sure to hit that like button. There's only 5 likes and there's like 12 of y'all in here. Put some stank on that like button. Put some stank on it. Let's make that like button light up. Unless you don't like it, then hit the unlike button. You know what I mean? How about that explosion at U.S. Steel in Pittsburgh? I heard it was a Nissan line. Keep those crappy Mirages off the road. I heard about that. I saw a creator was talking about that, Walt. That was devastating, bro. That was devastating. I mean, there's so much that's going on in this world. You go to work expecting just to make some money for your family, and bam. There you go. There's 9 likes. Put some stank on it. Put some stank on that like button. I don't know a lot about that. I don't know a lot about that explosion, but I saw another creator streaming it, so it looked pretty wild. It looked pretty hardcore. Let's get this out for 12 and check out the video Troll dropped earlier. Yeah. I dropped actually like 4 videos today. 4 videos. I actually like being under the light. Like the lighting is better. The lighting is better. I don't know about the sound, but hold on. I just made the lens foggy. Let me go clean it off. I'm just paranoid that I'm gonna drop this damn phone in the water. This phone it gets hot. It gets hot very quickly. There's 12 gauge right there. So people don't say that I'm a big fat ass. Look at that. What about that, bro? What about that life? Y'all know about that life? I hope y'all do know about that life, because if you don't, then you're just wasting that life. Yeah, he's in the pool. For real. Thank you, JB. Thank you. I do go to the gym. I don't just say that I go to the gym and not go. I like to eat, though. I like to eat. Bro, I like to eat. As we all do, you know what I mean? I mean, a swimming pool would be nice, wouldn't it? Let's get a GoFundMe going for Leslie, and let's get her a swimming pool. You got plenty of land out there. Hey, maybe if you built an Olympic-sized swimming pool and used it as a nonprofit for kids that don't have anything to do during the summer or whatever, maybe you could like utilize that swimming pool. I think you can get one at Walmart probably for like what? Almost $500, one of those above ground pools. No, I've never heard of that. I've not heard of that. Serious? I've not heard of that at all. Oh dang, $1,800. That's quite a bit. Come on, if you're out there lurking, put some stank on that like button, man. If you replay this, put some stank on that like button. I'm just sitting in the pool talking. But we are talking about true crime. We're talking about real life issues that people deal with every day. You know? I don't know anybody that wouldn't like a pool in their backyard. Texas says you could come swim in his pond with all the snakes for free. Now we're gonna get one and build a deck around it, just hard to keep up with in the winter. Yeah, that's true. That's true. When it gets cold, I bet it gets cold where you're at. I bet it gets cold where you're at too. Come on, y'all, put some stank on that like button. Put some stank on it. Come on. Put some stank on that like button. My wife has put flowers in every piece of usable square footage. Yeah. Dig yourself a pond, then you won't have to clean it. Somebody said that if you put goldfish in a pond, it keeps it clean. Is that true? I don't know. Somebody was saying that, if, I was watching this documentary and they were talking about illegals crossing the border, right? And they said that they put goldfish in the horse troughs. But a lot of the illegals are coming in and filling up their water in there, and they're getting sick from all the bacteria and all the stuff that's in the water. So I don't know. I don't know if goldfish really keep that clean or not. Yeah, they bring more snakes there. Yeah, I bet it does get cold. When does fall hit there, Leslie? When does fall weather usually hit around your part? Because here it's August, and it'll be September before we know it, in about 3 weeks. It doesn't get any cooler around here probably till November. And then we're heading into the winter months, so I don't know when fall hits around where you are at. Goldfish eat the algae, or the frogs. The Jaden Spicer case concerns me. Well, tell me about that case, Farah. Maybe that'll be a case that I'll look up, and we'll look at it together as a community. I have not heard about that case. Tell me about that. I used to love to go get some frogs and just have them racing each other or whatever, trying to catch them. About Halloween, sometimes it snows. Damn, it seems like it's always snowing over there. Kind of, we were looking at the back patio. It looked like there was some snow and ice. And that was when? In November? November 13, 2022? Salamanders? Oh man. Wrote mom a handwritten letter to help. That's terrible. In the middle of the night in his jammies, he's still missing that appears to be an unstable home in Jackson, Kentucky. Damn. Yeah, we got to look into that. We got to look into that. I will make that a priority to look into that case. That way we can talk about it. Because it's better when you know what everybody else knows. Instead of me getting on here and telling you, it's a waste of time in my eyes. You know what I mean? PKC says she has a toad, probably bigger than your hand. Yeah, frog legs are pretty damn good, aren't they? There's a place down there by where you live on Caddo Lake, that seafood place right there, Texas. They serve some hellacious crab legs. I mean, frog legs. I don't know if you've ever been to Caddo Lake. I don't know. Oh, you're good, PKC. You're good. What you making for dinner? You guys will eat anything. It sounds like it. We're from Texas. We're built different. We're built different over here. We're not any sissy boys. We're not sissy boys. We're built different over here in Texas. We don't whine. We don't cry. We don't threaten. We don't do all that. We just do. If we say we're going to whoop your ass, if we say we're going to stomp a mud hole in that, guess what we do? We show up a day early to beat that ass. Here in Texas, we're built different. We don't talk about it, we do it. That's why I always say what I say. You get me? Swordfish is pretty good. Shredded barbecue chicken, corn on the cob, and cauliflower. Hell yeah, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. If I don't eat us, we're gonna eat it. If it don't eat us, we're gonna eat it. You sure are right about that. You sure are right. Man, this water feels damn good on my back. My back has been hurting. Like I said, I went on a run on Friday. Friday during the day. Then Saturday I got called out, did another run. So, after a while, being in that truck, in that Tahoe, it plays on your back. Come on, put some stank on that like button. Yeah, it's pretty warm. It's pretty warm. I thought it was going to be ice cold when I jumped in. I was preparing for it. But it's like warm bath water. It's not bad. I almost slipped right there. I almost dropped my damn phone. I almost, like you lean to one side, and I had the damn phone in that hand. So I was like, oh, here we go. I've never been to the Poconos, but I've heard about it. I've been to Hershey, Pennsylvania. Thank you, Rondi. Y'all definitely could be up in here with me, just chilling. But I'd be back at the office tomorrow by the time y'all got here. Did I hear Dinky is stopping his channel? He has another one to do with hiking and where he lives over in England. I think I heard somebody say that. I probably only watched Dinky a couple times, but he seemed to be a level-headed dude. I mean, I don't have anything ill to say about the dude. I mean, he seemed to be level-headed. I never heard a lot of people talk bad about him, So, some people are just they're gonna close their true crime up. Because Idaho was what they were, while they had a channel. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because after a while, there's not going to be anything to really discuss. If we're going to be discussing Idaho, it's going to be because of educational value, nothing more, nothing less. You know what I mean? But I like these older cases because they show a lot more variations of the mindset of the killer. Brian was just an easy 1, 2, 3, you're gone. I mean, if you really look at it, it didn't take a lot of time to catch him. Not like BTK, not the Unabomber, not any of those people. It took a while to catch those people. And I know it was a different time. But still, Brian was not the genius that people made him out to be. If he was, he wouldn't be in prison right now. He'd still be free. He'd still be messing with the police. I was shocked that he didn't mess with the police like some of the other killers did. You know what I mean? Oh, we're talking about Princess Bri Bri. Oh. I got a massage probably 2 weeks ago. My back ain't been the same since. I shouldn't have went in that damn massage place. That masseuse worked me over. I shouldn't have went up in that damn place. Do y'all like masseuses? I mean, y'all like massages? Y'all ever get them? Yeah, he was dumb. He was smart in some areas, but he wasn't very bright in the areas that really counted, But you know what? They didn't have no evidence on him. At least that's what Bill Thompson said. So how did they indict him? How did the grand jury indict him? Damn mystery, I'll tell you that. You don't like massages, Farrah? I did till the other day. Shit. Man, I ain't been right since. Oh, damn, Texas. I knew you had one. I knew you had a massage story. It feels like my lower back needs to be popped. You know what I mean? Like, probably in 2018, I blew out a disc in my lower back, so I couldn't walk for like 2 weeks, and I literally just laid around on the couch in a little sunken in place that didn't press on my back. I couldn't even lay flat on my bed. It hurt so bad. And since then, not only have I gotten a little shorter, but from time to time it just acts out. Plus, I have stenosis, which is a narrowing of the spine, and I've had it all my life and didn't even know it until um, until I went to get an MRI during that time, and that's when they told me, "Oh, by the way, you got stenosis. If you would have taken a bad hit during football, you would have been crippled." I was like, "Oh, damn." Yeah, and I was reading an article earlier too where they were doing digital dumps on his phone, and there was more on his phone than has been released. More than people even really realize, that showed that he was preparing to kill. And I'm gonna talk about that too in the near future. There's just a lot. You know what I mean? S'mores milkshakes. Oh my God, serious. That sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. Do any of y'all have a fire pit out back? I know Leslie probably does. I know PKC probably does. Aquarius might. I love it when it cools down a little bit. You can sit out there in the fire pit. The fire pit's burning. Just sitting out there, just bullshitting with your buddies. Oh, Texas probably has a fire pit. I forgot about Texas. JB Walt might. Yeah, yeah. A fire pit's pretty nice to have. Unless you're Stephen Avery, then you're burning bodies in it. And then it's not so cool, is it? Isn't that weird? You start digging in true crime. It's almost like you can think of a killer for almost every damn situation after a while. It's like I've heard y'all say it's like that case, it's like this case, it's like that case, and I'm tripping out. I'm like, man, I've never even heard of that case. Yeah, fire pits are awesome. Yeah, GoFundMe. I mean, I'm gonna try to work as long as I can. I know that what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Earl Campbell from the Longhorns and the Houston Oilers great. He had the stenosis as well, and he's still been in and out of a wheelchair, but he's still walking. He's still doing the deal. So I'm gonna keep working out, keep my back strong as much as I can, and keep the front down, and hopefully that helps. Back problems are no joke, man. And I've been in a lot of wrecks, so call me BK 2.0. I've had a lot of wrecks. Not my fault, a lot of them, but you know, when you're flopping around in that car, your back's taking a whipping, for sure. You have the same thing along with degenerative disc, just gotta stay active. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Rondane was a good one too. Maintenance is the way to go. You're right. You're right about that, serious. This last week, I totally changed my diet. I went from anything fried, sugary, white, wheat, any of that. Like, I've been doing fruits, vegetables, nothing fried, nothing sweet. Just trying to just trying to do the deal, man. It's hard. It's hard, but you know what? I've been doing this my whole life, so it's not like it's something overwhelming that I can't do. You know what I mean? I have been an athlete all my life, so at 53 years old, I still, I couldn't play or anything like that, but I played football all my life, and like I was showing that concussion video the other day, who's to say if I don't have CTE, or early stages or any of that stuff? Because I was vicious when I played. I didn't really give a shit. I didn't care. That fat shot makes me ill. Real hard not to consume larger amounts of sugar in the hot summer. You sure right. You sure right. I mean, on vacation, I gotta say, I did some bad eating. I mean, y'all saw that cheesecake. Man, that cheesecake was probably a pound of sugar in itself. I hope that don't come back to bite me in the morning. And my doctor's first on point. She's like, "So it looks like you've been consuming a little more sugar than you should be. And how about this cholesterol? What about this A1C? What are we going to talk about this time?" Well, damn, doc, is there anything good that I'm doing? Well, it's not bad, but it could be better. You ever notice that with the doctors? They always tell you that same thing. It's not bad, but it could be so much better. Sweet tea. Since I had that virus more than one time, it kind of burned out some of my taste buds, so I can't drink Hawaiian punch or sweet tea like that. It doesn't taste the same. You know, I love it, but I can't really taste the sweetness. It's like my taste buds are just all jacked up. I drink some red punch or fruit punch or something like that. That doesn't even taste right. Sour, doesn't even really, doesn't even hit the same. Tastes like carbonated water most of the time, and I'm just like, I'm over it, man. So I drink a lot more water and a lot more juices because, and I've started doing smoothies. There's this new smoothie place down the street. I've started drinking more smoothies. Like I said, I'm gonna try this liquid type diet with a little bit of food and a lot of protein and see how that goes. I've already dropped 3 pounds, so we'll see. Oh my God, Milo's tea? That stuff, my dad loves that stuff. Sweet tea in the South is like a religion of its own. For real, I ain't lying. That Milo's tea is the bomb. But being in this pool as long as I have and been talking with you guys almost an hour now, I do feel a little better, not as stiff. Do any of y'all wake up and stretch in the morning? Y'all do any of that stuff? Y'all do? Damn, those lights are bright. Look at that. There's my room right up there. Hope none of y'all want to come and whack me out tonight. I'm a water all day kind of guy, yeah. The only thing I don't like about drinking water all day is you got to go to the bathroom all damn day. Bro, and when you're on the road and you got a kid with you, you can't stop. Neither one of you both of you got to hold whatever you got to hold. So if you're in trouble, I'm in that Tahoe and I'm transporting. I got to hold it. I cannot go. I cannot stop with a kid in the back. You know what I mean? So you gotta train that bladder. So let me ask you guys: are y'all enjoying the uploads that I'm doing with the AI voices and stuff like that? Are y'all enjoying how AI is narrating that stuff? Because I mean, I'm enjoying that the AI sounds a lot better reading a book than I get tired and stuff, and the AI can read it. You know, the damn mosquitoes here in Texas though, they could be the state bird. They're so damn big. Anybody else have some big ass mosquitoes in your state? I know here they're big as hell. And there for a long time there was that West Nile stuff. Yeah, you got to get you some Milos. It's almost as good as I don't know if you've ever had Chicken Express tea, but that tea's pretty damn sweet, and it's almost as sweet as that. Milo's is some good stuff, man. My doctor frowns upon it. So can't be drinking no Milos. Your boy got a tan from this summer. From that vacation, I'm like dark. I'm usually not dark like this. Skeeter bites. Yeah, I don't like them skeeters. It's like there's all kind of stuff that's just out here waiting to kill you. I remember when I was a kid, I used to think, man, life is not hard. You can make it through life. You're going to live to be old. And then the older you get, there's just so much crap out here that can kill you, man. It's just like, man, just crazy. Just crazy. But this true crime stuff has taught me so much. The criminal justice stuff that I learned. My actual graduation is September 20th. My degree should be in the mail, and it's arriving, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday by UPS. So I'll have the original thing. I got the digital copy, but I'll have the real deal up on my wall this week or next week. But like I'm saying, the criminal justice stuff has taught me so much. And actually being in the true crime community amidst, all the other stuff that you hear, to me, I mean, in the beginning, it really did used to irk me. I can't lie to you. It did irk me. A lot of the stuff that you hear, a lot of the, all that stuff, you know what I'm talking about. I don't even have to go into it. A lot of that stuff used to irk the hell out of me. And, sometimes it still does whenever I'm going through trying to make a point or actually show something that could actually benefit people. But then people still want to be them. And, at the end of everything, I just got to let people be who they are. I can't be calling people out on my panel. I can't be calling them fat asses and all this other stuff. I mean, I don't regret anything that I say. I don't backtrack anything from anything that I say. If I say it, I meant it. But, that doesn't mean it has to go on. I'm much more mature than that. And, in my program, you have to make amends to people, even if they don't know that you're making an amend for it. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep going, man. You just got to keep going and let people be who they are. Let them be where they're at, I understand that it frustrates y'all too, because I hear it from you guys. And we're just a different channel. We're just a different channel, you know what I mean? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I called a person a fat ass. Yeah. So, like I said, I have my moments. I don't regret what I say because I stand behind what I say. Like I said, I'm built different. I stand behind what I mean, and I mean what I say. It is what it is. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. I don't waste my words. Well, Gage, thank God you don't go in a bottle like the truckers. You know, I've been there, done that. I used to live in the bottle, bro. I mean, I'm not calling you bro like as in you're a man. I'm just in that mindset, you know. I've been there, done that. You know, I'm a recovering alcoholic, recovering addict. You know, I lived that life for a lot of years. You know, I'm getting some new glasses, so that should make you happy. You know, that should make you happy, Leslie. Tomorrow I'm going to the eye doctor. That's one of the reasons I'm here. Is I'm going to the eye doctor, and hopefully I'll have my glasses in a week or so. Yeah, that's true, Kel. That's true. I mean, but you know, I get to thinking about it, and I'm like, why am I even stooping down that low? I know the truth. That's all that matters, right? And if y'all believe me, well, hell, then it's a win-win, right? I didn't start a channel to get on and lie to folks. That's one thing I told myself. If I don't know about it, I'm not going to speak about it in a way that makes me sound like an idiot. I'll tell you I don't know. I'll go find out. I'll read about it. But I'm never just going to sit there and make shit up and lie to you and say that I'm some kind of way that I'm not. You know? I'm kind of calm tonight. I'm kind of chill. Being in the pool kind of relaxes, you know what I mean? And, you know, being on a live on a cell phone is kind of cool too, you know what I mean? And this has to be prime time because there's some people in here. Y'all put some stank on that like button. Put some stank on it. Even if you don't like what I'm saying, put some stank on that like button. Let me know you were at least here. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're just honest. That's just you. You're chill. I I am honest. I am honest. I mean, I was a liar for so long. You know, you hurt people. I told somebody the other day, I said, you know, when you've been through hell and you've actually lived a life in hell and you make it through and you get to the other side and it's not burning and it's not, you're not self-destructing and you're almost not killing yourself every other day, man, you don't try to ever go back. So when people are out here and they're acting like it's the best life ever, you know that's a damn lie. When you're cheering for the underdog, knowing that he killed 4 people. When you're cheering for the underdog, knowing that there was a clerical mistake and he assassinated an individual. I get things can go wrong. I get that. I'm not stupid. I understand that there's people that are in prison that have been wrongly convicted. I get all that. I'm not an idiot. But just because there is some, doesn't mean that all have been wrongly convicted. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Unless confirmed by law enforcement. Well, I got a degree if that counts. I can be a private investigator. I can be a fraud investigator. And I'm going for my master's in cybersecurity. Maybe I should go get my master's in, what is it? Cloud forensics. Wouldn't that be creepy if I got my PhD in criminal justice? God, lose your mind. Dr. Gage, by your service. Dr. Feelgood. We can all pick the energy that surrounds us. You sure right. You sure right. Damn, my little toe is cramping right now. What the hell? Y'all ever gotten a cramp in the pool? I'm not talking about that cramp like, you know, a little toes cramping. 12 got some good lighting going on tonight. Not that light that like you gotta have that background. Well, this is real, you know. This ain't like a fake background tonight. There's no green screen. 12 Gauge, I want to hire you to find out why Billy says no pool this year. Check out the grill back there. Grill up some hamburgers poolside. Where's the grill? There's a Mexican restaurant like right next door. It's called Nachos. How many of y'all in chat like Mexican food? No cheap weenies though. You know we're getting that bar S. We're getting that bar S flavor. That jumbo bar S beef. We getting that bar S. Y'all like that bar S brand? Bam, you love Mexican food? Okay, you do. We get bar S or we get Oscar Mayer, whatever it is that you enjoy. I don't care when it comes to hot dogs. I know what's in hot dogs, so I'm just like, you know, whatever. The official hot dog of T-Rev, bar S. I do. I eat more Mexican food than any other type. Tell me what your favorite Mexican food um, dish is. Y'all share that with me. What is y'all's favorite Mexican food dish? You like Nathan's hot dogs? I don't think I've ever had Nathan's hot dogs. True story. At the visual. I like chimichangas. Okay. Chimichangas? I actually like tamales. Uh-oh. Beef and bean enchiladas. So none of y'all like tacos. None of y'all like guiso. None of y'all like fajitas. None of y'all like any of that? Brookshire hot dogs. Is that the brand or is that the store? Chimichanga. What? Y'all like that shredded beef stuff? I like Mexican everything. All right. See, I'm a stew meat, beans and rice and tortillas. Them tortillas, they gotta have a little crust on them. I don't know about y'all, but I like my tortillas with a little bit of crust. You know what I'm talking about? They're just burnt just a little bit on some areas of the tortillas. I love fajitas. I love tacos. There you go. Yeah, if your tortillas aren't burnt a little bit, you know those little burnt marks on your tortillas, they're not burnt like that, and you ain't eating them right. And you sure as hell ain't eating a tortilla out of the microwave. If your girl or guy microwaves their tortillas, dump their ass. Because that ain't how you do it. Nacho Grande or something like that. Fish tacos. Yeah, they need a good char on them. You sure right. They need to have that little burnt spot on them. Man, y'all making me hungry. And I can't eat after midnight, so I might go next door, but I don't want to eat. Like I said, I've been eating good. I can't mess it all up. I can't mess it all up. I can't just go and throw caution in the wind and say, I'm gonna have me some fatty ass Mexican food before I go get blood drawn. You know, no. Charred peppers and onions. Okay. I flip my corn tortillas over the flame. Are you Gizmo? Maybe. Maybe. No, I can't ruin my diet. I can't. I'm getting blood drawn in the morning. And I can't be having a whole bunch of grease going through my body tonight. Trying to get some good blood out of there. You know what I mean? No eating after midnight. Damn, you got wet. Yep. No, seriously, I'm getting blood drawn in the morning. That's why I'm here. And I'm going to the eye doctor in the morning to get some glasses. Because like I told you guys last year, I haven't had my glasses since last August or no, hold on. Yeah, it was last August I haven't had my glasses. Because I went to a football game in Austin and I stayed at this hotel and I left them and I called, and of course they didn't have them. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to the gym first thing in the morning, so I ain't gonna be that hungry. I'm gonna think about nothing food related. I'm gonna lay there, relax, and just crash out. Fish soft tacos are great. I don't think I've had fish tacos. That's just not something I grew up with. Just something I didn't grow up with. I shut down 2.5 weeks before a blood draw. Just eat chicken strips, fruit, veggies, do great, and I think I go back to eating pizza and wings. Why blood? Oh, there's nothing wrong. I just get my blood drawn every 6 months to keep the medication she has me on, to see if she needs to increase it or decrease it. When you get older, they put you on all kinds of shit and they got to keep up with it. So that's why I'm getting my blood drawn. Yeah, I shut it down a week. Hopefully that's enough. Yeah, pizza's my weakness too. I was honestly thinking about going and eating me a big fat ass steak and some steamed vegetables. That sounded pretty damn good to me. Macaroni and cheese and corn tortillas is a good snack. See, I prefer the mixed tortillas, the half corn, half flour. Those aren't bad. Y'all put some stank on that like button. Come on, y'all. Put some stank on it. Do your boy some love. Put some stank on that like button. Get up there and just smack the hell out of that like button. Macaroni and cheese, I like putting tuna fish in that. Mac and cheese and tuna fish. Making that tuna melt, or that tuna mac. Oh, hell. CBS just went on here and said there was 3 killed at a Target. I swear it ain't safe to go nowhere, man. That's why I always tell y'all to watch your 6. I quit all medications 4 years ago, all of it, even blood pressure. Felt better for a minute, but lately, that usually happens. That usually happens. I'm not stopping my meds. I mean, until she tells me, hey, you're good. Because you stop a cold turkey, it just messes you up worse than still taking it. You know what I mean? We had a shooting at our county fair over the weekend. People are nuts. Yeah, for some reason they think it's okay to get into an altercation and just shoot you. Like they think it's alright, This is self-defense. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. But I'm gonna get upstairs, man. It's kind of getting dark, so, and I've been on here about an hour. Leave some comments and push some stank on that like button, man. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I've enjoyed it. Leave me some comments on what kind of true crime cases you want me to cover in the near future, and we will get there. And if you are knowledgeable of any true crime cases, you're more than welcome to hop on the panel and discuss it with me. Y'all have a good night, alright? And I'll talk to y'all later. Those of y'all that are in Discord, maybe I'll hit you up here in a little while. If y'all don't have the Discord, y'all want to be a member, somebody dropped the Discord link in the chat so that anybody wants to come over to Discord can come over to Discord. I'm gonna get out of this pool. It's getting kind of chilly. Y'all have a good night.